Gotta sit on my nose.
Tonight, we get to share something beautiful together, intimate together. The birth of expression. The birth, the life, and the death of expression tonight. All on here and in the audience. First up on our journey is Corcoran.
Check. I'm the free time synthetic. And this is homemade hip hop, if that's poetry enough. You can leave this whole crowd dead, or get all up on the mic and instead just resuscitated lines red. Not a problem, we can get together like bread. We can get together like bread, or we can get together right there. We can get together right said. Not a problem, we can get together like bread. And I follow the feels and choose to not lose when I'm supplying the source, cause my words come in tools. I'm complicating the charge at the subatomic level, so bust through the rust. WD-40 devil gets written. Squares cute like ice or dice. Play dots, my day was nice and drew me to the front forward section. What am I going to take too many for collection? Plate shined up and I'm about to explode. So burn your hate mind up, cause just a light in the load. We be restraining with the forceful. It's about time that I will get resourceful and wise to any penicillin diners, belt timers, and even whack timers. And once you get just way too close to the game, any attempts at the same will be fueling the flame that be burning, boring. Rappers in the earth is morning, I'm swarming. Class racket society still swarming bees. When I freeze, moments time to look 16 of these like these, because in the fall, they don't fall, they stand tall. They can lose, they can't because I stay long. Most got an automobile, it's round like wheels. If you no confusion, you can tell me how you feel. Are you ready? Come on and get it up, side down, wanna drink from your cookie cup. Cause if it splashes, it makes ashes. Of hot flashes, our lashes with it when we both to catch it. We can leave this whole crowd dead, or get all up on the mic and instead just resuscitated lines red. Not a problem, we can get together like bread. We can get together like bread, or we can get together right there. We can get together right said. Not a problem, we can get together like bread. So I start with it all, then quit. Get got but not without another hit. And though it seems like it's been done, you don't realize that you be the only one. From the tree flower to the fruit seed, you can keep up all you can till they break up what you need. For gravity's sake, what you're gonna take tonight. If it breaks on top, then I hope you keep it right. When your frequency is low, like hearing the old vitamin, you gotta let it go, let it go. Let you up will make your light decline. You had it on the counter, then it might rewind. Double up, even if it ain't scamming. Dismiss yourself, even if you had a hand in. Creating a vaccination. No, I did it, but I need a demonstration. You would love another, but you married to the sea like a Christian calf. No, I am what I be. Believe me, the horse couldn't be wrong. If the other rider gone, it couldn't be broke. You're so stuck in the middle, can't reach the border. Why must there be this disorder? Killing this whole crowd dead. Get all up on the mic and instead just resuscitated lines red. We can get together like bread. We can get together like we can get together like bread. We can get together right there. Or we can get together right said. Don't need to be writing this, cause I'm so high in the sky you can't even got this fist enough. Oh. I didn't realize it takes so much breath. I can't wait in this state, take to the mind, find full fake, inside it gets dark, now cause it sounds really missing any mark, directly, beams hit with a flash, even to themselves, they can only detach, never think of what I know, but I come so quick, speedy delivery to it, so thick that it pains me, to see it don't follow, the point that I'm pushing, I'm feeling like a hologram, it's a damn, you locked up light, oh, you're a real man, I locked up light, stuck in the rail, with the combination, height, and shadow with the road, extend over the time, too close to me, the noise that it sits, edge of the box, remember when it hits, so let it go. Get stuck with the ghost, so rhymes so complete that the aim is getting close to that end. You can get what you feel, like the education with your mind won't kill. Yeah. Hold on, drop off, pull up and get down. The top of the line, turn this way to the ground. King me, just to see double deckers like check. Well, that only come from hard is down on the leg is eager. Life is sacrifice of life, so they let them fly and still be alive. Watching from behind it, great these moments, it sounds exotic. Talking about it, talking about it, with blessings. Those in the room, that impression. Let's keep one at a chance. You know the speed of it, the meter, rock a whole way and see you twice by one. You try to increase the reason for your training complexion with ways of your tips, but I'm not your reflection. Contract so made to be free. Full criminal velocity, but even though two bamboo shoots over the snow, understand the kind of black, white, and the black, white, white close. So when it comes to the stunts, they call it you can wear. Some bum stays on the square. I gotta get my wind back. Really to the suit, cause they're so mixed. The boots and the boots, but that's like six. With full stacks of half racks and no taxation. Correct and relax just like brakes. With it, order to order. Precise, each one specifically before the force equals choice, choose what it equals. Plus fresh part starts to matter to this sequence. As a kid, I got the last. Picture does always a great violin to cast a vote. Down the road, all of this to go about the route, each impossible to this to we get it, lead it, and high school code. To each we reach it, and miss it. To the game, the body shot, like hydraulics, alcoholics, laugh, drinking, rap like Jackson Pollock, splatted. Keep the trees to the side of the road when you go, not off and ride. Besides, even if the wheels have wings, for the rubber being nice, so we pull up the stream. Harping on the chrome like that rascal now. We'll see you sleep or cover on the roof. Thanks, Eric B.
Thank you. Get you ready.
Welcome. The B-side.
Thanks. It's good to be here.
You betcha.
Like I see the sun, drip rain like liquid flame till the waters run. Like steam when the screens start to breathe through. Air solid like the ground lake beneath you. I believe you. What's this? You missed all that rhyme like this. And every time I rock over with the mic, I'm like this. Always going on. The story, the song, always going on. So it's pain like a bird on your necktie. Feeding rain to the flame for the next time. It's just like that club hook. Don't swing like a house that'll rub you. Flame like a stain on your next wish. Though it's broken, taking breaks on this 1 minute. Shut it down, possibly formally it's not. Just wait till get caught like a while it's hot. Resist those, but you told you might run roads. it's going, it's on, always going on.
No, I keep fucking bumping. God, right. Yeah. Now.
Yeah, man, you know, you don't do it, I'm like, really?
Yeah, you bump me all you want. Get in there? I think so, yeah. I think so.
I don't even exist, this place. The only reason that you hear me is because it's my true face. I don't even exist, this place anymore. My only physical connection is my feet to this floor. And even then I keep it moving, rocking like the TV. That's why you watch it when you see me. And now you watch it when you see me. But even then I keep it moving, rocking like the TV. And even then I keep it moving, it's moving, you like the CD. And you watch it when you see me. When you talking, I'll let I take until the last limited movement. It's like moving, the longest short improvement. The strongest will let you go off that. So be honest, I don't know why they want this. So stay cautious, be conscious with the way they watch us. It's not just the dust that clears, having encrusted eyes, how to rise like layer tears. Building, I was down like the years that you killed them. Should've let them live, not enough did you give them. Feel like you're doing 4 nights. Like essential. Don't mention these roles for suspension. Please don't let me rest in peace. No, this won't ever see. So like the 70s ago, like the fantasies ago, these fantasies ago. I began to see the smoke, but it would have to be a hoax by the hand of these people. If not from the thought that I'm provoking, this box lodged in my throat that translated what I wrote, that would have to be a vote. If you unanimous, then I insist. I don't even exist. More than people I don't even exist. This place, the only reason that you hear is this place from my face. I don't even exist this place anymore. My only physical connection is my feet to this floor. And even then I keep it moving, rocking like the TV. That's why you watch it, but you didn't see me. Now you watch it, but you didn't see me. But even then I keep it moving, rocking like the TV. Even then I keep it moving, it's moving, it's like a CD. It's when you watch it, but you didn't see me. Until the last ability broken. It's not me, it must be some other MC. Thank you very much. On the freestyle synthetic. Flex capacity. INT, ONT, UCRIP, B-side. Yeah, we'll give it up for Jason, straight out. Hey, listen, everybody. Are you having a good time? All right. Next up, we have TJ Marshall.
What's up, y'all? Hey, my name is Theodore John Marshall III. I have many street monikers. I go by many a stage name, terms once, Tommy Knockers, and all of that. But listen to this. I'm gonna kick some ill-spoken poetry tonight because this is the theme, man. It's Guerrilla Poetry Night. And just make some noise if you guys are down with poetry in general, the concept. Are you guys here for poetry? I mean, I just wasn't feeling any energy, you know what I mean? All right, cool. My first selection is called WTO. You're gonna feel my heart, you're gonna see my soul. You're gonna hear the spray can shake, rattle, and roll. Watch the plots unfold like gold-leaded origami. Smell the tear cast as bricks crash through Abercrombie. Bridging the gaps, rolling deeper than cracks. Dressed in all black, watching the city collapse. Gun claps and rubber bullets, picket signs and punks. Black fur coats get lined out like skunks. Spiritually, we at war like the Shaolin monks. A bunch of babbling drunks, most of which are vegan. Firebombing Mickey D's and leaving the clown bleeding. The art bells ringing, squad cars are singing. Skies filled with smoke while the nightsticks are swinging. And it's only the beginning, first battle, first inning. Destined for sudden death. Mr. President, keep grinning. You're already like a possum while watching the city burn. Caught between the feelings of shame, pity, and concern. I've learned that everything I was taught was incorrect. So now I stretch attention spans and do my best to redirect. Like, far across to the weak side. People hate on me because I'm a little on the bleak side. I eat meat, I drink liquor, I keep my taters deep fried. It's Armageddon and my skull, my squad sitting ringside. Ain't nothing sweet in this chariot. We don't swing low, we swing wide. Throwing hooks, stronger than a riptide, making the competition slip, slide, and lose balance for at least a 10 count. Keep flashing the grip, I won't set out for any amount. Fuck your petty accounts, percentages, and increments. We're out murdering troops, but you won't never find our fingerprints. Killing in the name of ignorance is against my nature. But I'll fuck up a stupid motherfucker who wants to make a wager. I don't want to be a player no more. I don't want to be a player no more. I don't want to be a player no more. I'd rather be a legend of urban folklore. Thank you. That was WTO inspired. That was a long time ago. But I appreciate it. You know what? This next selection is called I'm Kidding. Alright, I'm kidding. How do you declare war in the name of peace? With your marketing strategies and your mark of the beast. Now that the dark has increased, you're gonna illuminate the globe, place a barcode in my occipital lobe, mass produce the human clone, put a bug in my phone, chemically engineer the Z to the point where it's full blown. We're never home alone with TV, radio, and computer. They probably got a camera hidden inside of my salad shooter. I wouldn't doubt it. They always remain shrouded. They're pretty pissed off that the earth is overcrowded and people need food and water to live. But all Uncle Sammy's got is slaughter to give and a whole lot of it. They even brainwash the public into thinking we love it. Construct a presidential puppet with no strings attached. No morality or ethics when the demons are hatched. It's simply set into motion. Kill off the endangered species and threaten the ocean. Suck the earth dry of its natural resource. Stick a flag in the fucking moon and declare that it's yours. Build more stores, collect more loot, create more trash, shoot, shoot, shoot. Kill, kill, kill. More grist for the mill. Traders of the world jump off the windowsill. Look closer at the rubble. Supposing you're in trouble, frozen in your bubble, you've already chosen your rebuttal. Plucking the vocal cords of Pandora's voice box. Eating your own words submerged in soy sauce. This is the land of the lost. We're getting stuck to the gills like a strip of G-string packed with $1 bills. We're tap dancing on a soapbox. Facial full of Botox. Ghettos full of coke rocks. Finals got the roadblocks. And that's simply inside of our city limits. So what's to become of Baghdad in the coming minutes? I say enough with the gimmicks and the Roosevelt nuance that GW mimics. This ain't no fireside chat. We're bombing nations blindfolded with their arms tied back. This ain't about Iraq and weapons of mass destruction. It's about capitalism and imperialist corruption. This ain't about terrorism or Muslim jihad. This ain't about the power of prayer or an anthropomorphic god. This is all a facade, a Texas Tea Party, a Masonic wet dream, a circuit breaker to the Illuminati, a pyramid scheme of an evil regime. Brought to you in part by the Sons of Liberty. FBI, CIA, killers of Kennedy's, pillars for centuries. You see, we see the world as a dream. Kind of thanks and say the blessing. I know it's morbid and depressing, just absorb it and keep stressing. We'll take it from here. Won't be long till we're in the clear. No need to fear. Hey, suck down another beer. We've only raised alcohol taxes 300% this year, so things are looking up. We'll get those Iraqi bastards because they're really, really corrupt. It's a tyrannical dictatorship, really. American involvement during the events of 9/11, hey, don't be silly. We'll find Osama. The president is doing a wonderful job. Don't you watch television? Go ahead, turn up that knob. He's getting wonderful press. And even if we did help kill our own, do you honestly think we'd confess? Take a wild guess. Yes! Of course we would! We're the United States of America! We're good! We're bringing liberation, freedom, and peace to nations that are desperately in need in the Middle East. So if you were deceased, it couldn't have been avoided. That residential neighborhood, hiding weapons of mass destruction, that's why we destroyed it. We're not trying to exploit it, there's nothing pretty about war. However, we do have some pretty cool things in store. I got 3 words: Walmart and Baghdad. Need I say more? I mean, if you ask me, that's reason enough to start a war. So remember, American citizens, good will win over evil. And we're diligently working on a campaign for that bald eagle. Kidding, really though, I'm just kidding. I represent Guerrilla Poetry, an open-minded terrorist worldwide. Thanks for your ears.
Men and sex, it's the same damn hex, and I always sit here, writing, reading all my unfinished books. No sleep now, my pretty, the shadows of the voices of New York in the middle of the night. And I write and bite my uneven, annoying nails, trying to say the last couple of pages of my journal. But I will keep writing and biting. My breast feels life, my nipples life, my pussy cat ran away. Hey, you up there, I want to play. You're so comfortably kind and not full of shit, it's refreshing and inspiring. My words fly like birds out of the ashes. A phoenix am I, a spy for humanity. How do you find the time to rhyme away your mind? A sign of insanity, I happily oblige. 2 options, all the doors are open. I've hardly spoken a word to that little bird who will carry my message of life like Jim without strife. My heroes without life inspire. My brain always going, thoughts non-stop flowing. The ocean, a symbol, all these symbols of nothing more, a wave of communication, community, being together, we create. I do not hate so strong, I am stronger, I am life entity, growing and blowing your mind in this nameless time, a generation, a beginning, middle, and end of a revolution. Red, white, and blue, who knew? It's all about you and you and you. Bless you, child, so innocent, your eyes, such demise, all this weight, let it off your goddamn shoulders. Take some peace, at least some rest. This isn't a test. Be your best. Auburn curls and life unfurls before my eyes in charge of this bliss. I feel I can't wait. Here's the bait. I am ready to ride that fucking bucking bull along for the hole, and I just keep going, and it's so beautiful. Like Alice, I explore, and the only bore is trying to find my way home. Just a gypsy I roam, not alone in my heart or in life. We all struggle. The same yet different, it's okay, just stay right here. I peer around the corners of my mind, this time I won't go on, but I can't stop. All these words pop, 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 spewing forth new insight. It's bright light behind rainbow eyes filled with joy and heat. Tired feet, my mind now beat. Up like Tyson, I kick ass, broken glass over there, I stare into oblivion. And I am fine, so divine. And people can be marvelously natural in so many ways. A haze runs over my mind, and my rhyme is undercooked.
Often in the Blue Moon Tavern. Often in the Blue Moon Tavern, Stan Iverson bellowed, "You motherfucker," as I'd swing into the moon on my way somewhere. His skinny whiplash Montana attitude, a glint of mica in the troop. We need light. No, never mind. His skinny whiplash Montana attitude, a glint of mica in the true vein of his granite congeniality, a reality about who and what I was about then. Motherfucker, he roared again, the 4 syllables rising up his growling timbre to hold the last rich R sound, the R, the way we out west learned. And oh, I was what he accused. I diddled, indeed I did. And my old friend Stan Iverson did not shrink, but made me pay. I declare these years later with a meager patriotic zeal I muster. The only other thing I am with this gritty growl of an R, God forgive me, a flag waving and burning motherfucking American. This is called I Bless You and Send You Forth in Peace. Okay, everybody's got to listen now. Shh. Quiet them down over there, Dean. Say there are 3 women, a mother and a daughter and a wife, all in one, or different women, a sister, a daughter-in-law, and a best friend. I bless them and send them forth in peace. If there's a group of people, all with blue eyes, I praise them. I remark on their eyes and exclaim, your eyes are the blue gates of heaven. The man at the bar with the empty beer glass specked with from foam is not sleeping. His dark eyes are black like the breath of God. I remark on the color of the skin of people. I am of these dark-skinned people. 2 women with brown skin pass me on the freeway to Bellingham. I watch as they go by, first in the mirror, then I look directly towards them. They do not look at me. I would wave to them because I love their blackish skin. Such skin is downright remarkable. My skin is whitish. It is the color of paste. It is cardboard colored. Its blemishes are pink. They are angry, but I praise even my so-called white skin. As far as I can tell, I am one with all the skins, the thin, wet skin of my dog's black nose, all the abandoned skins of snakes and toads that are or ever have been. I am one with them, even leprous skin or cancerous skin. I wish to bless them and their skin, for it is hide to my best self. But you know, I'm not flames licking the pot. I'm not steam erasing the horizon's view, not soft lamenting music of a wave-lapped shore. I'm less than a tornado. I'm less than ice, less than time. I have suffered bone, bruised, blistered heels, broken bones, slivers impossible to extract, cuts and scrapes and contusions, hickeys impossible to tell. I am the skin of the instep of the shoe salesman at the downtown Bonn. I am of the skin of the shoe of the man addressing the Foreign Legion at the hometown in the novel being written by the friend of the girl leaving work at 5 in all the towns in Washington State. The skin of her hand groping in her purse for keys to her Volvo. The skin of the purse, same as the man who made the keys and named the car. If I would, I could be a vast vagina. I would take into me all the elements as they enter me gently. I will their tenderness, the soft and pliable substances of lithium and valium, the resilience of iron and copper and manganese, the gold archaic ritual of starlings' wings. Carbon, oh carbon, is there a spirit released when you burn? Or to let enter the gross ivory of frozen mammals, great lords of jungles with their mammoth tusks, and walruses and seals and whales stranded on beaches in Oregon. I would open to all of these if I were the skin of a vast vagina. Or what about a whole bunch of sperm? Or how about just one great big one, as big or bigger than all matter, or space, or even time? This is easy to say, but I be space to accept the sperm of ease and peace, to plant in the egg of trust and grace, to grow such harmony of courage and toil. I build a being both male and female, a hair on his ass and a fulsome grim in her cranium. Hey, hey, well a day, love the splendor.
Yeah, you having a good time so far? All right. Zan's up next. Come on now, give it up now.
Shit, I'm still in the clothes I went to work in. God damn it. Erik, thank you so much for doing this. I am just thrilled to be here. Ben and the house. Always have to thank the house. This is a great house. It's a house that loves poetry. I know it. I know it from the heart of the owner. Thank you. Thank you for doing it. I mean, you know, we've been doing this organizing stuff for so long here now, and it's just so great to just see a place full of people willing to listen to important words that people have to say. And I'm gonna do a couple of them for you. It's just been great so far, really good work. Thank you to everybody who's done something. This piece is called Hailstorm. You missed the hail, hit my elbow. You missed the rain, soaked through my prophylactic coat. You missed the thunder rumble and the spill of purple petals. People were on the streets dreaming. Propaganda, it's on the cover of Newsweek in Idaho. They still let crosses glow. And when we're all broke, a vote won't be a vote. Is it our way on election day? They want us to back up, give our thoughts up, hold us horny in our bodies, not let us out. SNL, well that stands for S&M. They want to overwhelm, they want to run us down, expect it all the time. They want to take away our minds. They don't want us to know who to feel, what to feel when we feel the hailstorm. Instead of hiding in the basement from the bomb explodes between the sheets, expensive AIDS medication. How about self-induced abortions? Well, you missed the shredded glass, hail upon our heads. It was a crack, the ozone of the sky. With our national debt, the mob will get us yet. The CIA, it is the black and white snow, the television glow. They watch our sex positions. Our country story is a circular tale. It's the right that fight to prevail. We don't want war, and yet we make our own bullets. You miss the rich, drink the good blood. You miss them stick their hands deep into your jeans, feeling what you got there, then taking it without a care. Middle class, you be poor or you be rich. They want to overwhelm, they want to run us down. Expect it all the time, they want to take away our minds. They don't want us to know who to feel, what to feel when we feel the hailstorm. Do we feel the hailstorm, the hailstorm, the hailstorm? Thank you. Okay, the second piece, and that's it. It's called, there are so many great people who are going to read tonight. I'm not going to be hogging any of this up. Saturday Night Fools, it's called. One thing I want to just, let everybody know, if anybody doesn't know, is Get Lit's happening in town. It's a week where the literary arts just shines in this town. It's been the foundation and a basis for a whole lot of things that have been going on here on a literary level. And go out and support it. Go out and hear some of these people who are coming into town having words of wisdom to say. It's really great because it's mixed in with things that we're saying locally. So get out there and support your local writers. It's a great thing this week. And thanks, Erik, for doing this. National Poetry Month. Saturday Night Fools. Pity us, the Saturday night poor fools who check out the noisy open doors of bars. Everyone we pass by, hoping to see someone we know or care about in a reckless, smoky air. Almost felt like crying to hear the old Beatles tune moaning yesterday, and all the troubles snapped back on, the streetlights timed overhead, the empty songs of the black men dancing across to catch the bus. with their headphones on. Pity us, the ones who watch the night come on, and lonely people, the way it is watching a favorite horse not cross the finish line. The Indian man from a slaughtered tribe flailing down the aisles of the bus, hoping it will take him somewhere magic, dry and warm. Sitting down and everything brown. The seat, his hands, the broken leather shoes. His face, the faded corduroy he wears. Falling from his hips, slow towards his feet to make his earth a nice new suit. Slouched, a tipped Taco Bell cup, empty at the bottom. Dark, shadow passing, falling over this green lake. Pity the poor Saturday night fool who sells flowers in a corner in a wheelchair, making circles at the liquor store parking lot, shouting at customers an incoherent drunken plea to buy flowers, not bottles of colorless lies. Even he knows the love isn't there, though we've all felt that before, that masked hidden fear that makes us true if we touch it. Pity us, the Saturday night fools, attending movies alone, watching more writers go crazy on the screen because no one has patience to meet 5 personalities, hoping that that never happens to them. Pity the fresh-faced children eating Chinese at a local dive that has one and that one picked up another one. Pity the Saturday night fools who eat dinner late and go to bed early, recalling all those close to them who are dead or dying, for theirs is the kingdom of earth. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a good night.
Hey, listen. Everybody, quit fucking hiding out on the sides. Get your ass up here. Sit down now. Come on, motherfuckers. Now, we have a few more readers, and then we're gonna have a little break. Bobby, Panacea needs 3 mics. Okay, Corey. Give it up for Corey.
As many of you recognize, and then forget, and then remember again at one weekend of the year, there's one very special weekend where President's Day and Valentine's Day occur within a span of about 4 days. So this weekend, President's Day, Valentine's Day weekend, I decided that I would write a love letter to my favorite president and yours. It's called O.W. How I Love Ya. O.W. How I Love Ya. As figurehead puppet, you've found your niche. I yearn to be with you, not just 'cause you're rich. In time of war, why not take the chance? What are we here for, but to find romance? Don't listen to those fools who say you're in error. They can't prove you'll incite more terror. The time is now for nations to be warring, because inspections were too boring. And though from your dear wife I know you cannot stray, still love leads me to you. Let me count the ways. Oh, such outrageous daring. Oh, such conservative caring. Those long, dramatic pauses. Those corporate teat causes. Oh, with folksy verbal inflection, I can't be mad you stole the election. Your easy disregard for people and planet. Others may read that report. You need only scan it. The sins of your Enron buddy, your reputation will not muddy. And so with self-satisfied expression, we'll distract from recession. And though the UN did stall, with your charming Texas drawl, you spoke for us all and set us up for a fall. And though you say your enemy was Saddam, no distinction made by your bomb. But here now I must cease, because nothing I can think of, at least, rhymes with pretzel. Thank you. By the way, thank you. Also, there's a big old march and rally against the war on the 12th, which is this Saturday. It's at Riverfront Park.
Any thoughts on the night?
Oh, I'm loving it. You know, positive energy when we need it most.
When are you going on?
Later.
What do you have to say, Brett?
Poetry.
Why is it on night vision? Oh,
That's
there we
why.
go. Scary.
Night vision. Get it? And spy on people at night.
Wait, here. Watch what? Oh no, I can't see what I'm doing.
That's my eyeball.
Your eyeball?
Yes.
Do you have green eyes?
Yeah. I love to film my balls.
Here, film my eyeball.
May I? Wait. Move it.
Seasoned veteran. You can taste it right here. It's magic.
Kristy White, turn around. Come here. There you go, honey. There you go.
Focus. They got sound and everything. That looks like the one I used in Mexico.
And also, if you lay down and act like you're dead, you'll get a fist on a stick. Who wants a fist on a stick? Come on up. wants a fist on a stick.
We're all dead.
She's gotta have a fist on a stick. Here, let me get it for you. This is your fist on a stick. You want a fist on a stick? Here, have a fist on a stick. This is important. This is really important because it's about ritual. What rituals do we have? And do we have for monumentous events like occupying countries in the Middle East? What do we have to really like express what that means, what it is? You don't have to hold the fist up. You can do whatever you want with the fist.
Fist!
That's not up to me. I just made them.
Yeah!
You want a fist on a stick? Come on. Come on.
Don't
Quit
give
being
him out.
chicken. I mean, it's about. I mean, this is absurdist behavior. You know. Like if you're afraid to hold your own fist up, if you're afraid of this, you need a fist on a stick. Are you afraid of this? Are you? You want to do this? Who can do this? Who can do this?
Dead
Jasmine
people.
can do it. They can do this. They can motherfucking do this. Anybody can do it. It's really easy. You have to lay down on the floor. There you go. You guys! Steve Foreman, get over here. Get a fist on a stick. You've got the balls. Get over here and pretend like you're dead for a little while. It doesn't take long. You can bring your beer with you. It's okay. Here's your fist. There you go, Dee. Everybody. You don't get a fist for that. You have to act like you're dead. That does not work. That does not work for me.
She's dead. She wants a fist.
Oh, this is dramatic, isn't it? Oh, Jesus. He just wants to lay on top of the girls, that's all. There you go, Ryan. There you go.
Kristy!
That one's a fist.
Die!
Oh, you guys did. Oh.
She wants a fist.
You know, I spend a lot of time on these. They're really important.
Yeah!
Oh, she gave me a broken one. Can you get a broken one?
Sorry.
For a second.
Where's my fucking fist?
Where's my fucking fist, man? But it's all about ritual, and I don't know if anyone understands what I mean by ritual. But it's kind of like absurdist things. It's like absurdist behavior, pretty much. Like, you know, going to a confessional and telling a priest all your deepest, darkest secrets is kind of bizarre. As this is, it's kind of absurd. It doesn't really make any sense. But what does it mean? What does it mean? All these dead people. Get it? Come on. Just quit hanging out by the sidelines. Just come on. It's not that big of a deal. All these people are doing it. Look at all these fools. These guys are pretty cool, right? Come on. Come on. Shannon. Come on, Shannon. Exactly this. What does this mean? I don't know. This. I'm gonna leave the microphone for a little while. We're gonna get some more people. And Jessica Kinney is gonna sing a little song. Jessica Skeletalia is gonna sing for you. I just have to say that this is, don't be afraid of this. Anyone who's laying down on the floor, I'm going to take it as token to put a little bit of sand on you. And it's from the Spokane River, so it's perfectly fine. But it also, I want to say it's sand from the Spokane River, but it's also sand from the mandala that the Buddhist monks created at Spokane Community College and destroyed and gave each person who was at the closing ceremony a little piece of the dust. And so we're going to put a little bit of this dust on you. What the mandala meant was transforming negative energy into positive energy and taking hatred and negativity and terrible feelings and using that momentum to transform it into something positive. And something good. And so this sand is healing. So if you want to lay down, see? He's all about the monk. But here, you need a fist. All right. So Jessica's going to sing, and I'm going to come around and christen you all.
fine print sunsets. Why is the world crying, mother? Why is the world crying, mother? The evil eyes, the hunted minds eating inside out, the souls wishing on any star that falls. And when we have our own children, what songs will we sing them? The words spoken from lips bit hurting for answers. I do not try to understand. Lost souls wandering from storm to storm. Only the deep scars have stories. And the slight, faint lines is money down the drain on a mirror and a dream. And a poet is a liar. While somewhere a light burns, this is only a moment in our future. This is only a moment in our future. A slow-pressed revelation, the misconceptions become headlines, and the politics is survival now. Sweet, I've never left you, even when I had the chance to run. And now, here, empty in this war world, we laugh and spread the violence and shop for fashions and kill babies with missiles and listen for our mistakes to call back from the past and say we were wrong, to be blinded by convenience, shouting, damn those that won't stand up, shouting, damn those that won't stand up. I guess the reason for movies is every book has a bad ending, and everything bad must be made good. I don't know these things. Half blind myself and slowly going deaf. I can barely hear yesterday's screaming. We have come so far. But tonight, take a moment from the rambling mindfuck of garbage and the endless jerk-off fantasies and look up to the sky and say a prayer for the falling stars and the wishes unspoken.
Check.
President, Vice President, and all civil officers of the United States shall be removed from office on impeachment for
God damn it!
treason, bribery.
God damn it! I'll bet you if this puppet were made of cocaine, you'd be paying attention, wouldn't you? God damn it!
President George W. Bush, Vice President Richard B. Cheney, Secretary of Defense Dr. Ray Trump, General David Ashcroft, have committed violations of subversions of the Constitution of the United States of America and attempt to carry out with impunity crimes against peace and humanity and war crimes, deprivations of the civil rights of the people of the United States of America. Powers of executive.
I say God damn it! I say God damn it!
Judiciary.
God damn, pay attention!
The United States by the following acts.
I need you to answer a question for me. I say, what makes the rain grow? What makes the grass grow? What makes the grass grow? I can't hear you.
Threatening the independence and sovereignty of Iraq.
What makes the grass grow? What makes the oil flow? I said, what makes the grass grow? What makes the oil flow?
psychological...
Sound off! Sound off! Sound off!
And violated within the United States and authorizing U.S. forces and agents elsewhere.
All right!
Rights of individuals under the 1st, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 8th Amendments.
Start moving, Sadie, son of a bitch!
International covenant on civil and political...
You got a ping pong pussy and 7-year itch! Say sound off! Say 1, 2! Say sound off!
Foreign governments were false.
Yeah, it was all right.
Information entitled to public discussion and inform journalists.
What makes the grass grow? What makes your blood? I said what? What?
First strike at
What? Lord!
We deceive ourselves saying that we have no sin. The truth is not in us. The truth is not in us. The truth is not
Sasha, please don't blame me. I'm just a puppet.
The old Spanish woman next door waters her marigolds and talks Spanish to her two cats who meow in plain English and lick their fur clean in the summer heat. I have told myself to stop believing in dreams, and instead of skipping rocks over still river waters, instead I keep pebbles in my pockets and wait to throw the stones at angry alley dogs that startle me on my walk. It's not very easy to hear the world speaking. It is hard to make out the laughter. Instead, collect smiles and bottle them up for safekeeping to look at later and wonder. I know a girl who goes to the mall to watch people, and she steals things from Nordstrom's, and she wilts under the ideas of love, and she goes to graveyards to look at the flower arrangements. And sometimes, when the only thing the night has to offer is a half-hearted moon and dumb stars that don't know how to shine right, she takes off all her clothes and asks me to lay naked with her on the porch. We sing each other's song and play mute instruments in hidden places creeping. All the while, the two plain cats sit above the fence wondering where all the smiles have gone. And Velcro old folk shoes. They dream of hitting it big and brag about the cheap breakfasts and free drinks late at night. My father was unemployed a lot when I was young. He's a hard-working American who grew old too fast and spent his freedom on a salesman's highway. He was gone a lot. Before he lost his job, he was gone a lot. He worked on the road, going from city to city, keeping track of various salesman things. Sometimes 2, sometimes 3 weeks he'd be gone. Then he would just show up. It's odd. It's like we never really knew each other. He would come home for the weekend and just want to relax. Just sit in front of the television and just relax. He wanted peace, so the house had to be quiet. And I would sit in my room silent, wondering about the man in the living room. Early Monday morning, he would leave. My beautiful mother, who has always been my rose, used to hide my bad grades from my father. And even though we never really had any money, she always found a way to buy me the little things. My mother worked 2 jobs and cooked dinner every night. She used to sing me to sleep. In Iowa, the locusts made me have nightmares, and I would wake up crying, and she would come to my bedside softly saying, "Erik, they're only dreams, child," and sing the most beautiful songs about dreams. And I would fall back asleep. My parents were cheated out of their retirement by a pair of crooked con men who tricked my parents into investing into a faulty business some years ago, and they lost everything. We had nowhere to go. We had no money. We moved to Spokane to live in my father's aunt's house, and I went to high school here. My parents got jobs here, and they moved on. Years later, I'm sitting at a table in a casino restaurant drinking early morning coffee and eating burned bacon and eggs. My parents sit across from me. They seem happy just being here. They smile at me, and we talk about the small things and how to win the lottery. My father tells me he will radio when he hits the jackpot because he says he loves me. My father's face is old and my mother is dying. They stand in front of the slot machines, holding on to the last thread of excitement. The background noise is nothing more than sympathetic resonance, and each nickel in the hole is only really a bad memory, and being broke means you're free. The check comes. I'm alone, sitting there, watching my parents waltz above the graves of natives. They are figuring out which machine is hot. They are laughing out loud at the world. My father and my mother in the beautiful dusk of life giggle like school children with little plastic jingling money cups keeping the tempo, spending the afternoon in a wishing well. Don't be afraid, child. Here, the breakfast is cheap. After time becomes drunk on day, and moon swims the skies like a swan made of silver. A perfect dream we're having. I'm a black widow. We see each other from across the desert, both taking half steps to freedom. You with your past lovers and myth. Me with my sword touch and velvet shell. Still we have managed to dance. The old man shows me his cotton underwear that he has just shitted. He is standing in the middle of the room naked with a thick line of crap running down the inside of his left leg. He is open-eyed and curious. He stands there in the psych ward of the hospital. As I reach for the cotton hamper that holds the used linen, with all the shit, with all the puke, with all the chemo, with all the bile, with all the bone chips, with all the piss, with all the shit of humanity stinking in the closet, he looks at me. I am hurrying now. I don't want to look at him. I am going farther than I wish to go with him in a second. It is my defense to be silent. It is his dream to speak. You were so far away, I suppose alone, he thinks. The dull sky is now above him. Shamed by burning summer glasses. The slight heavy clouds sag like the old man's balls did. They caught my eyes. The nurse comes in, takes the man into the bathroom. He is crazy now. He is mumbling, he is cursing, he is yelling crazy now. And I'm down the hall into the next room. We both remember. Forever is the open spaces the heart seals shut, remembering the love is lasting bliss. My eyes have seen these things you have hidden in your little notebook. You keep pretending we are alone in my apartment. The tiny city lights flicker like faraway stars. Instruments sit dusty in the corner unplayed, a metaphor for our romance. Girl, with your satin nightgown on and your dimple patty cake smile and your yapping shrill fire screeching like worn out brakes, in your heart, you're gone away on a dead person's holiday with a bucket of tears and a promise to return the favor. I ain't foolish no more. I seen that sad-eyed stare in the empty rut of love's lost triumph. I felt the cold fingers of some poor soul touching out to be filled up, to be full. After the sheets have danced and the last excuse is sung, the old night is still as lonely as before the storm, only a little more so. It's rainy out. The thunder reminds me of a crying baby somewhere in the bushes, thrown out. I I strip my dirty rubber off and crawl back into the bed next to a half-empty lover who has given up on me and my bad luck. She don't want to go through the trouble of finding someone else to fuck, so she opens up every now and then and tells me she regrets it in the morning when the fog missed the homeless bums and the flowers still sleep in flower beds silently colorful. I see them. I remember her voice when I hear the birds whistle in the morning and the wind carries the smell of her neck. I pick her pubic hairs out of my beard. Love is so tragic. She told me once I would be useless if it wasn't for my writing. And she said it turned her on to hear my poetry. And the words went inside her somewhere. And every now and then she asks me if I still love her. I guess she must be lonely too. We're having a little technical difficulty. So my boy Jay Hughes is gonna play some guitar while I read this shit. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. My girlfriend hates this poem. She's pissed at me. I'm writing this poem after we have sex, and she yells at me from the bedroom how it feels empty and sterile when I get up after intercourse and go to write. I cannot explain to her my inspirations in the thrown out rubber. She thinks I'm exploiting her, and my good time is exploiting her. Getting up to write a poem after sex and not holding her. She's pissed at me. Stay-at-home sex slaves who take it up the ass. Wear slutty backseam nylons, the kind that make me hard. Pour out the wax after the candle burns. Don't let the wick get soft with oil or worse, limp and dried out. Walk between hugs at familiar rest stops where the party is experimental lesbians with too much makeup and overdone fashion sense, bad haircuts, and disguised intentions. The future is a bad time and a strip mall. New housing tracks, nuclear waste playgrounds where the swing sets glow neon at midnight and the freakish light attracts insects but makes us all feel safe because the bums sleep on the couch with a notebook and the prostitutes wear laundry like good girls and cuddle close in the morning. Dirty. Baby, our life is a cheap hotel with fake guest names and room service is a fast hand job or a smile exchanged half naked on top of the bed. Even the old fixtures on the cabinet look rusted and done. Spread your legs. From here, I can see the world die. We can blame each other and bet like fools, guessing, praying while flipping through cable channels, or slide into your lover lying still while the wild waters flood the valley and drown the innocent children. We have left a wilt in the condom. We are all guilty. And while the rising water runs over our bodies, we should wash our hands and soak our bones in sweat dripping. I thank you. I paced together the broken mirror and fogged up windows and annoyed downstairs neighbors fume. We met in the hall one day. Excuse me, hi. I live above you. And, well, you and your girlfriend are troubling my children. You see, I live upstairs, and my children share a room above yours, and, well, sometimes late at night or early in the morning, all times it seems, we can hear you two doing the thing you do in the bedroom so often. And my bed is noisy. And my girlfriend, she screams out cuss words and she slaps my ass. Woo! She says things like, imagine another girl here with us. You can fuck her in front of me. She's so dirty when she's drunk. And this is embarrassing, but I really have to ask you to keep under their beds. It is true, we are beasts humping, and we hear the brat scream and it makes us fuck harder and we laugh. In between your legs, lover, is a world beautifully drawn. A postcard from church camp. A purring pussycat, warm and playful. The last bite of the last meal on the last night on death row. And then there is forever. The taste of your soul on my tongue forever. And when we kiss later, angels are jealous. And the sticky humanity makes the bathroom garbage stink, but the children don't scream anymore. There is silence. She falls asleep with her garters on. She gets so hot. She stays soaked for days. We play games a lot, say the words to each other, and pretend things. She likes it when we fuck in front of the mirror, against the wall. In and out of passion's rhythms, her eyes fixed on my hard cock. We watch pornos together and act out the scenes. We pretend we're in the movies. We hook up my high-8 video camera and record it in black and white and press stop and watch it. We play strip poker and drink stiff drinks we make in the bathroom. I am a poet who fell in love with a hippie who talks a lot in her sleep. She says words turn her on. Sometimes late at night I call her and read her things over the phone, and she moans over the phone with one hand down her pants. Sweating juices thicken. She tells me to masturbate and talk dirty to her, so I say sexy things like her sex is a dessert of pie and ice cream. She fingers herself silly. And when she comes, she hangs up. She sat me down once and told me how we should be free and open about when we want to have sex. And never worry if we are getting in the other's hair, or ever worry if we're out of line. When we want something, we should just go and do it, never have to ask. So when I come home from work sometimes, I look her right in the eyes and say, I want you to suck my cock right here by the front door. And she gets on her knees and sucks my cock. And I shoot the jizz all over the hallway door, all over the hallway coats hanging like closet voyeurs. And it turns us on to think the neighbors might be watching, taking pictures. A crowd of strangers, all watching us, like old gray jackets, faceless and blurred. Who knows what they're doing down there? We fantasize and lick each other's asshole. Yeah! Yo, we never got Jay up. I got 2 more pieces, I'm sorry. To control the industry, you must first command the attention. Attention is a product of the media. The media influences every aspect of domestic life. Assault the hemispheres with the cheapest technologies. Exploit the disadvantaged. Annihilate and destroy everything in the way. Meditate waist deep in high school hallway body bags. The ammo clips loaded years before the internet porn. I played baseball with a kid in the 3rd grade Tri-Cities Youth and Rec League, and every practice he was an hour late. During batting time, he would just show up, and the coach would let him hit right away. And I used to get so pissed having to wait in right field, kicking dandelions with my rusty cleats, booting into thick mounds of grass grown over the things I remember. And every game he smelled like urine. And no one would sit next to him. When he picked his nose, he'd wipe it on his white nylon pants. The boogers would smudge when the dust from the third baseline would fill the pores with sand. Sometimes sometimes he would just sit there alone on the bench, chonking on his purple big league chew. In school, the lies are history test questions. The workers are raised to meet the needs of today's marketplace. Truth is, an 8-track cassette tape in a second-hand Value Village discount sales bin, and lonely people walk by every day. The display window mannequin stares back at us from beyond faceless streets. Without blinking, the gray morning rolls in. Like the early morning train across the valley puffs its way through the lowland lost on the last doorway of freedom. Being born in yesterday's slight, seeing the poor iron horse slowly creep by at 6 o'clock reminds me of the fat kid I once knew in 3rd grade, who smelled like piss and was always late, and picked his nose with the punch dirty fingers that fidgeted twitches like a slow nervous kid at the ballpark. And I never told you what I was thinking. At the end of the season, the team had a pizza party, and everyone came and their families to share pizza and play arcade games. And the fat kid's parents and sister came, and they sat off away in the smoking room, away from the team's room, and no one offered them any of our pizza or soda pop. They all ate salad bar, alone. Silently slow, as if walking on glass, as if every step a whole family of sudden jerky glances, as if expecting something sudden. Art is locked in bank vaults, appreciating with interest while starving migrant workers drain the canal waters and boil eggs and potatoes for dinner. And also, all of a sudden, a fist flies and a fat kid is slapped. Right there in front of the salad bar, right there by the chili bowl. In plain view of everyone, from the baby ball crawl to the soft puck air hockey table, and there isn't silence, but it's so close that quiet is quick and so sudden, it's like I was saying, they were ready for it. And the fat kid bites his bottom lip, on one leg holds himself up, tries hard not to cry, his eyes casted over in embarrassment and fright, tries to compose himself, and right there in the middle of the Kennewick Tri-Cities Chuck E. Cheese, he pees his pants, right there by the salad bar, right next to the chili bowl. And then they left, just like that. The whole fat kid's family, right out the fucking door. And I never saw that fat kid again. All my years I have remembered him. I wish I could say, I am sorry. All right, we have some more greeters.
Mr. Man with so many fucking you ain't got nothing to say. You understand? You ain't got nothing to say. With a fucking cheap lick in your hand, this fucking cheap lick, nothing. What do you got to say?
Best thing. My friend does.
Go ahead. Explain it to me, motherfucker. Don't do it, motherfucker. You didn't appreciate it. Let's give it to a 2-foot boys.
That last thing, that was so horrible that I missed that. It's gonna be terrible if you do such a thing. And if you got a fist out of the deal, you're double bad for leaving. You know what I'm saying? It's not over yet. You got a fist out of the deal. You know what I'm saying? And also, I want to make you all aware that Bobby has like been hustling his butt off. He's been doing sound tonight, doing an excellent job, and everybody should give Bobby a round of applause. And say thank you. And say thank you, Bobby, for doing sound and making this all possible, because really he did. And he probably would accept a tip. If you were so inclined to be like, here's a buck or something, I enjoyed the show, he'd probably say, okay, I don't know, I haven't asked him about it. But we're gonna have the Dead Casuals, which are an amazing ensemble. What is it? It's just some band. It's just some dumb band. I didn't mean to say the Dead Casuals. It's just some Ben and Ethan, which kind of rhymes with some dumb band.
Bring it on!
But they're actually better than that. They're so cool. And if you leave before you see this, you're gonna be so sorry, suckers. So get up here. Get up here and stand right up here. Is this gonna be the ideal real estate right here? More prime than Iraq, more prime than Afghanistan, more prime than Saudi Arabia, right here in front of the stage at the B-side. Thanks, Dave.
Can't have the little bar thing going on, you know, over the jeans.
It's bad time!
Thanks for sticking around. Appreciate it. We're not the Dead Casuals, but me and Ben used to be two of them.
Where'd you get that shirt?
I don't know what Ethan is, but I don't even know where he's at. He'll be here in a second, then we'll get it on. You guys feeling all right?
Where's Brad?
Feeling all right? Let me hear you say all right, all right? That's not all right. Let me hear you say all right, all right? All right? All right? All right? All right, you can stop.
Shut up.
Just making sure the energy still feels good. Gotta thank my man Erik for putting it on first and foremost.
Isamu!
Gotta thank my man Ben for putting it on here second and foremost, I guess. Thank y'all for being here while it happens. As soon as Ethan gets here, we'll make it happen. All right?
Ethan!
Is that all right? All right?
You'll be waiting for a while.
No, it's not. It's not
Even though.
Oh, good one, Brian.
That's a little pace, so we're just trying to stall us out. In the meantime, just a little reminder that we're in here. You in here with us. Let me see a fist in the air. Let me see a fist in the air. Y'all over there, let me see a fist in the air. Let me see a fist in the air. Just one, that's okay. Oh, we get a stick will do. Y'all back there? Can I see a fist in the air?
I hope you guys weren't talking.
All right. We have been here like Rogaine.
I hope you guys.
Kristy,
Good.
you've got nice moves, but
Bell Hooks always says that we must use the language of our oppressor.
hey, you can't take my fist.
Hold on, I'm sorry.
You cannot have
Bell Hooks always say we must use the language of our oppressor to free ourselves. We must use the language of our oppressors to free ourselves. We must use the language of our oppressor to free ourselves.
Personal interpretation of April 10th, 2003.
You must move now. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can be an art. Acting can be an art. Mocking can be an art. Even can be an art. Ourselves can be an art. Us can be a masterpiece. Rhythm can be an art. Silence. Banish can be an art. Enslavement can be an art. Education can be an art. Language can be an art. Us can be an art, but that don't mean they got soul. 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 Can be an art. Action can be an art. Motion can be an art. Even can be an art. Ourselves can be an art. Us can be a masterpiece. Rhythm. Silence. Listening. Are you listening? Can be an art. Voting can be an art. Expression can be an art. Oppression can be an art. Yep. Art. Yep. An art. Yep. Be an art. Yeah. Can be an art, but that don't mean they got soul. 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 Can be an art. Keep it moving, keep it moving, keep it moving. This poem is dedicated to Josephine Baker. She's pretty much the Rosa Parks of black people being on stage. She was doing this at the Cotton Club when none of us was doing it at the Cotton Club. So this poem is called Fly in the Buttermilk. It's about being a fly in the buttermilk. Being black in Spokane, growing up in Spokane, being black. I'm often the only fly in the buttermilk. But that's okay with me, because I grew up in Spokane and being black, I got used to being the only fly in the buttermilk. So that's the title of this poem right here, Fly in the Buttermilk. Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? Y'all ready for this? All right, here we go. Dreams land, dreams land, dreams land, replacing sugar with salt and splattered filth. How to play the piano 2 times 2. Europe, tonight you will learn by living with us. They speak to us of love, jealous and proud. Everyone must see her dance, shuffling vulgar, Negroing. Tonight you will learn by living with us in a circus of say and do. Better a tigress than a deer, subtle and sly, faster than hunger. Tonight you will learn by living with us. Surrounded, small force, have you seen her nose? A savage with the most beautiful jewelry. Maharaja, fire and rhythm. My dear, what a time we had. Go to sleep, I'm going to work, to the hunt. Dreams land, even Africa won't leave me alone. Dreamland. Thanks for listening. One more? All right, we'll do one more. Then I gotta get back to my gin and tonic. I like gin and tonic.
Fuck that. Fuck you. We'll bring you another one.
From the white lightning to the chocolate thunder, no wonder pyramids, artifacts, transplants for heart attacks were invented. God sent it, and you were a part of that. Dodging your destinies, the weaponry of your enemy. I come from nowhere, you telling me. Please, you've got the power to heal this disease. On your world, where would Martin Luther King be without Rosa Parks? Flows of dark with the Black Sea, as wave upon wave of the so-called slave has slain the chain that imprisoned his brain, changed his name and religion, made his history hidden in vain. The bloodstream runs way beyond the white supremacist asinine train. On your world, here we sit in the caboose of the Palouse, getting derailed with the so-called engines and jabs. Well, niggas and spinks listen to this and transform rock and roll, and now they trying to clone rap. On your world, they get to swing with the jungle music, so they called in Eminem, cussing out his mom with purple pills in his palms. They claim school shootings were influenced by rapping. Are you gonna sit back and let that happen? On your world, oh girl, I love you. Baby, 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 yo, baby, yo, baby, yo, baby, yo was all I hear on the radio, and I'm sick of it. These sycophants done took the syncopation out the nation, with both segregation and integration. You and I, T.Y. to divide those races to the bases, but they laughed or cried, taking it as entertainment. For a moment, the Day of Atonement changed the rearrangement, but the female exclusion stained it, and now the whole thing's bastardized. That's a bitch, ain't it? And this is your world, and it needs to be silenced. Painted within two colors, sex and violence. One goes to war with love, the other loves to war with his brother, even when they are not related. But every now and then, the two colors get acquainted, and the contrast is faded. There's a little blend and blur, and things bend and curve until the end, when the earth is overpopulated. Then every member of the spectrum is a victim. Listen to one of Farrakhan's lectures, if you can look past all the sexist statements. On your world, look at what they did on it, spit on it, invaded someone's graveyard and took a shit on it, turned a cemetery into a sanitation yard, stacked bricks on it, took God off the cross and put some other hypocrite on it. Sacrificial salvation, treated certain fetus like they don't need to fit on it. Birth controlled immigration, the water is so polluted, I can damn near walk on it, but can't hardly live on it. Artificial irrigation, sometimes, usually when I'm catatonic off a gin and tonic, I'm quick to call it quits on it. But I am indebted to my ancestors who were willing to fight until there was nothing left to fix on it. Small price to pay for the freedom to raise your kids on it, and that's all I wanted. On your world, on your world, I'm on your world.
Do another one.
Thank y'all for listening. We done. Song better than even just for fun. Hold up. We ain't doing nothing else. Y'all give Ben a round of applause for doing this tonight. At the B-side, give it up. Don't forget Erik for organizing and putting up with all the bullshit. Give it up to Erik. Hold up for a second. For anybody to get up on a Thursday night, make a bunch of drawn-ups, play dead, give it up to Kristy White, please. Making is happening tonight. Let me see if this in the air. If y'all feeling all right, let me hear you say all right, all right. All right, from here on, we're just going to improv for a second then. We're just going to improv. Ethan set it off. I'm going to tell you about 1988, because I saw Kristy dancing and it reminded me, I grew up dancing, you know, I grew up break dancing, spinning on my neck, you know what I'm saying, spinning in places you can't even spin. So I'm going to tell you about 1988. We used to do some crazy things with our legs and things, putting ourselves in positions to make it look like we was breaking things. And did you ever go to them soccer center dances in Spokane? I used to hate them things. Hood rats and wannabe backs, way Bell bit before the Hansons. We dressed like fools and moved like idiots, but I figured it was cool because at least we was dancing. Doing the Running Man, Roger Rabbit, Cabbage Patch, and Electric Slide. Back when real hip-hop was about stop the violence. Way before Biggie Smalls, Tupac's, Doggy Dogs, and Eazy-E's tragedies. Before ODB went to jail. When there was hardly ever a gun at the house party. And brothers danced to anything. We was doing the buck from Terrence Trent Derby to Lottie Dottie. And our dances had some cool names. The Vince Marquis, the Flavor Flav, the Running Man, the Moonwalk Down Soul Train. We had dances called the Snake, the Smurf, the Worm, and the Suicide. And some of them were so crazy, they didn't have no names. Roger remember, they just happened. We were about a piece of cardboard, slide on some suede Pumas, bust out the ghetto blaster and start breakdancing. We would whirl and backspin and whirl when brothers had the drip, drip, Jerry curl. Back when my rhythm nation was offbeat, doing the kid and play kick step sloppy. I practiced by myself when all my homies was gone, watching reruns of your MTV raps when no one was home. Mama said I was dancing before I could walk, singing Earth, Wind, and Fire before I could talk. Red Velvet before Pop Lock and the Planet Rock. I remember that. Y'all don't forget that shit, man. That's important shit right there. That's the, you talking about childhood, man, yo. That's how we used to do it. Nah, you're not be able to stay home. You ain't ready for that yet. The revolution, you know what I'm saying? We're in the thick of it right now. Ain't no time to talk about it. You gotta live it first. You gotta live it during, you gotta live it always. Fuck talking about it. Take the revolution right now and do it. Tonight's revolution, you don't see this. You know, we wouldn't be here without the war, am I right? Fuck that, we'd be here without the war anyway. That's the revolution. Don't wait for it to happen. Set it off before it happens. Set it off before. So fast and saucy. Blocks in the grids where the plants grew. We're just animals. Them guns are really teeth and claw. Forgive us, God, for our flaws. Another Peter Paul. See the cause and effects of fear of a dinosaur. Bury me head first, like my feet on fire, but I will still be cursed by my desire and thirst to reverse my own birth. I'm lying in church when I speak, my soul hurts. All I wanna do is correct my own wrongs. I unravel them in rhyming and dress them in song. Hoping that I sell this poison to y'all. Pushing dreams to the kids in a basketball. Like a pair of shoes gonna save the day, come on. Like a pair of shoes gonna save, not a parachute. Like a pair of shoes gonna save the day, come on. Now would you really want your freedom if it wasn't priced? Replacing monetary value for the blood of Christ? My black family not the only one that's nothing nice. But at the same time, what we gonna do, I try to get this message out to my people. And then people applaud like it's entertaining. In a way, it makes me think about my people hanging. But this time, the master is our own ways. 400 years of practice, we turn ourselves slaves. And what's prison but a game freedom plays? The real trap is a 9 to 5 work day. We should be living as if every day's a birthday. But we some graduates and we got college debts to pay. Never dream that tomorrow will be yesterday. It's like Erik said, life sucks, but I practice it every day. Every day. Every day. You know what I'm saying? So, you got a heavy job. You got a heavy job. You got a heavy job. Alright, this is it. This is the last one. Ben, follow me. Follow me on this one right here, right? This what we're gonna do is real syncopated.
I'm gonna fill this.
Probably a good idea.
Sitting up in bedland, needing psycho-land, tribal land, at a different frequency of melanin. Who am I don't know. Who are you to ask anything? So relax, let me finish up the task for my heroes. Human beings and Libras. Solution lies within you, know what I mean, bruhs? And sisters too. Cause only God knows what we would've did without you. And our punk ass fathers who left us, but that's okay, we still get our foes to respect us. Even if it's just fear, it's got me spilling on the carpet for my folks who was just here. Hell yeah, we miss ya. It's kinda funny it took your death for me to understand the scriptures. I'm glad that you made it. I get less drunk, but still feel a little jaded. I did finish school too, 6 years, but I got a degree, so that's cool. Size that, paying off loans, broke his bones. We did rock funky shows. I'm glad you got to see us. Sometimes I wish my old grand could have seen us. Y'all came to see us. We said peace to our deceased and still rock the mic to pieces. Y'all want these pieces? We got these pieces. Here come these pieces. I don't want these pieces. Y'all take these pieces. Go on, have these pieces. Here come these pieces. What I got, pieces. What you need, pieces. What we need, pieces. Fall into pieces. Won't go to pieces. If you have pieces, this is what peace is. Fall on porch with an old man. My toes jam, a Sony Walkman, and mixtape made in Japan. I keep my eyes closed wide, swaying to the beat like the tide. I hide in my head and confide in the dead and the wise. And they said, never let them see you surprised up in the web. Have another piece of cornbread. It's soul food, you digest it, don't chew. Pay attention when there's older people talking, listen. He said, look, I done seen more than you can read in the book. I spent life as a petty crook, straight crooked. What I didn't give away, age took it to pieces. First and foremost, pieces goes out to all these folks. Pieces to our nephews and nieces. Pieces to our doctors and teachers. Pieces to our moms and dads. Pieces, something that I wish I had. Pieces to keep y'all from going mad. One alone ain't enough, so we had to give you 2 pieces. Pieces, say pieces, say pieces, show them what pieces. Say pieces, show them what pieces. These pieces, show them what pieces. Say pieces, say pieces, say pieces, show me what pieces. Here pieces, these pieces, y'all pieces. This is what. 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 We showed them what. Tell them what. We give them all, but they don't wanna. But all we got is. So here it is. Y'all take these. I don't want these. Go on, have these. Fall into Because this is what... Thanks.
This is probably the best show I've seen at the B-side.
Yeah,
Like,
the Guerrilla Poetry?
no.
Me neither.
Check it out, y'all.